Okay, there we go. Alright, how's it going? So, alright, we're going to play Goblins, we're going to play Bad Boys today. Hopefully the volume's alright. So, apparently I can actually play Magic now. So, managed to somehow get a 5-0 with this yesterday, just after mucking around with a few changes I wanted to try out. So the main changes really are that we're no longer playing Rishadan Ports. So, in the mono red list, you just be playing 4 ports because they're very good. In the red-black list, it's a little bit more difficult on the mana. So we cut back to 2 ports, but we still had 8 overall colourless sort of flex slots. The swamp would be kind of taking one of those slots, because well, non-red flex slots, I should say. So the swamp would be taking one of those. So what I actually tried was just cutting both the ports, and then adding another red fetch. So there's Foothills, and I added a Sunbaked Canyon. So there's another red source. Come on, you can do it. There we go, another red source, and also in the late game if we flood, then we can crack this and draw a card. So that all seemed fine. Pretty happy with those changes, to be honest. And this just means we've added two more coloured sources. So we've added another red-black source, another red source, which just seems solid. And honestly, I've really not, since I've been playing this new build with the proper the proper black Modern Horizons package, port activations just don't come up as often as they used to. I mean, obviously there's only 2 in the deck now, but you're spending your mana pretty much every turn. You're either trying to cast an expert, activating a Pashalik Mons, like all sorts of things. It just feels like it really does feel like you're doing a lot more than you used to, and especially now we've got a better sort of mix of 2-drops. We've got a more critical mass of 2-drops, which the deck lacked for quite a number of years. So this just means that you can spend your mana earlier and get on with things. So port was really good previously because you could play a Lackey. Turn 2 you can port them. Turn 3 you might be able to port them, and then you don't really you didn't have that many good 2-drops. But now we've pretty much got a dearth of 2-drops. So this change seemed fine. I've also cut the Sting Scourger from the main deck, which is something I've never done before, and always advocated very strongly against doing that, because against like Show and Tell or Reanimator and Dark Depths, you can cheese some matchups just by having access to Demonic Tutor off of Lackey for Sting Scourger. But with the amount of Delver at the moment, I'm sort of trying to go super greedy here and just assume that there's not going to be that much combo really, where Sting Scourger is going to be relevant and that we might be able to just squeak by without it, I guess. And it's not even, I mean, to be honest, those matchups are so bad that even having Sting Scourger doesn't make it that much better. So I think we'll carry on trying without Sting Scourger for now as well. And then so that means we could add the 4th Munitions Expert in the main deck. This card's just really good. The fact that it kills Planeswalkers is extremely good. So I've been trying without having a Gem Palm in the list at all, and so far I've not regretted it. So we'll carry on trying that too. And then sideboard wise, we've still got 2 Plague Engineers. These have been very good. Well, they seem very good. I haven't really used one yet in Goblins, but they do a lot of things that the deck needs. So against like other creature matchups, like against Death and Taxes, you just like hose all the humans, and you can trade with the more obnoxious threats. So against like Delver decks, you can just put this on human, or you can you can even put it on zombie, I guess, for Dreadhorde Arcanist, so they don't get any value off that. The Death Touch blocking means they can't attack into it. Can trade with an Angler, Goyf, so forth. So this solves a lot of problems. And also even against Grixis control, I think this is fine, because trades with an Angler and kills their Strixes, etc. So it's not too bad. So I've also cut the 2 Pyrokinesis from the sideboard. Again, not something I've ever really done before. But we have so much main deck removal now. We've got all the 4 experts, which are just, in terms of acting as removal spells, are a notch above Gem Palm. There's obviously pros and cons between Gem Palm and Munitions Expert, namely like the uncounterability and the ease of casting. Although, that said, this can be cast off a swamp and a cavern, or, 2 caverns maybe, whereas Gem Palm has to be cast off a non-creature red source. So that's kind of important. So anyway, we've got all 4 of these experts. We've then got 2 Cratermakers. We've then got Pashalik Mons, which counts as removal with the sack outlet. We've then got Chainwhirler. We've got so many ways to kill creatures and planeswalkers. I just don't think Pyrokinesis is as necessary at the moment, so we'll see. Yeah, it does have Death Touch. It's kind of nuts. It's just like everything stapled to it. The Death Touch is like super good. Yep, it can still cast 0 CMC spells, which is fine, but in most Arcanist list, so namely Blue-Red Delver, it's not really doing anything. This shrinking the Arcanist is unlikely to ever come up, honestly, while we're playing this deck. We're really never going to name it, because you don't need to. You can just name humans, eat the Pyromancer, eat the Delvers, and prevent them playing new ones, and then you can just sit there as a 2/2 Death Touch to block the Arcanist, so we don't need to worry about that too much. Oh, hi, Crusading Tivadar. Pete, if you ever fancy, you know, timing people out in the chat, there's a candidate there that you're more than welcome to exercise your mod rights. Mod rights. If the feeling so takes you, you can certainly do that. It is pretty min. We don't really do min things on the stream, so but yeah, so I think I was really happy with this list. Oh, you just click on their name and then click timeout. Aston can show you how to do it if Aston turns up. Yeah, so this list I was really happy with yesterday. How's it going, Callum? And I guess we'll just try and run it back and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I think the changes were fine, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so that's enough of that. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty happy with this list, to be honest. But yeah, look, two trophies. Don't want to brag. Let's play 100 pay points. Yeah, that's fine. Pretty sure we got the right list. Sweet. It won't let you time out Pete, Callum. Oh, weird. I don't think mods can time each other out, which is probably for the best. Otherwise, I'd have to keep remodding people, which is tedious. Yes, sick trophy brag. I'm just too good at this game now, apparently. You can't time yourself out. That would be a hilarious feature if you could time yourself out. It seems weird that you can't do that. I feel like you should be able to do that. Timeout test, great. Right, well, we'll see how this goes. The league yesterday was mainly just really fun because we hit some good matchups. I think it's a good time to be playing Goblins. There's a lot of Delver around, which is if nothing else, whilst it's a close matchup, it's a fun matchup. So better than just like Reanimator and Show and Tell all day long. And hopefully at the moment the amount of Delver that's running around should suppress the amount of people wanting to play the card Show and Tell in a Legacy Magic the Gathering online league. Right, well, we'll go on the play, which is good. Ew, this one's less good, so we will mull this just because the curve starts at 3, the Wasteland might not do anything. The Cavern's good. If we knew this was a control matchup, then we'd probably keep this, but well, we definitely keep this, I think, because we can waste them off of a colour maybe if they get sloppy, and we've got a tutor for a ringleader and so forth. We're going to mull this because it's a little bit too slow. This is a lot better because we've got a Vial and we've got a Cavern. So this seems, well, we've got the Cavern that we had in the last hand, but yeah, this seems good. Alright, the Matron we can put on the bottom because it lets you draw lands. And we'll just go Cavern. We could go Wasteland Vial, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I'd like to keep the Cavern if possible. I don't really want to get... I doubt they're going to turn one Wasteland. You hope I play versus Tiv Tribal. I think that's unlikely, although that would be amusing. And it would really, honestly, wouldn't be that bad. Tivadar Crusade is actually not that good. Sorry to break it to you. I guess I'll just play the Cavern. It doesn't really matter here, to be perfectly honest. And you never know, they could just be playing like Depth or something. Alright, the fact that resolved is pretty good. Hopefully we're not too laggy at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what's causing that. How's the frame rate or bits or whatever? I'm not too sock puppety, hopefully. Can someone time out BossKrenko? That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? Alright, so speaking of not showing time, I mean, to be honest, at the moment this is most likely to be Blue-Red Delver. Preordain used to smell like... Preordain Basic Island used to smell like Show and Tell, but these days it smells more like Blue-Red Delver. Yep, we'll use this. So let's just see how this goes. That wasn't a bad draw. Let's just play the Piledriver. No need to do anything else. And crack on. I wonder if Crusading Tivadar is just Francis. Probably is. Apparently you cannot time out the broadcaster. Weird. That's a weird one. Is this... Oh, maybe this is show and tell, but it's Delta plus Rainforest. This could be a Volk, though. Oh, no, Swamp. Alright. Storm, then. Okay, it's just Storm. Fine. Fair enough. Alright. We're going to get stormed. That makes sense. At least, I guess we got a 0 for 1 there. That's not really that good for us because we're going to just die, but it is what it is. Not really what we needed, but at least we can cast the Pashalik Mons, I guess. I suppose we get the... Oh no, we can Matron for an Earwig Squad. That's what we need to do. We can cast the Matron and get an Earwig Squad, and then maybe if they don't go off next turn, because they've only cast 2 spells, we might be able to do this. So let's cast Goblin Matron... No, actually, that's wrong. We don't want to get the Earwig Squad yet because they might not know we've got one. So if we get the Earwig Squad and then they draw a Thoughtseize or a Therapy, we're in trouble. So actually, we should probably just play the Pashalik Mons out. And then next turn, we can Violin Matron when this goes to 3, and we can get the Earwig Squad, attack in, and use that. So that's basically the plan, I think. See if we can do that. And in the meantime, we'll just cast this Pashalik Mons out. So drawing the 3rd land there is actually really important. So let's see how this goes. And we can just auto yield through this turn because they know everything. Maybe they'll cast Show and Tell. I guess it could be blue-black Show and Tell. That is also possible. I think it's less likely, but... Alright, okay then. It smells more like Storm still if it's by Thoughtseize. Okay, so now they get to take the Matron, so... Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that was still right though, because there's a possibility they can't get rid of that yet. And if they're going to Thoughtseize something, this, like, I don't know, I think this is fine, basically. Ooh, okay, now this is an interesting one. Do we Wasteland them off the bio, or do we cast the Ringleader? I think we probably just cast the Ringleader. Storm doesn't smell as much as Goblins. Probably not. That's Goblins. I am led to believe Goblins smell pretty bad, but I don't know. If you smell that bad, you can't really smell yourself, so I don't know myself. Is Wastelanding them likely to make any difference? I guess is the question here. What can we hit off the Ringleader? We could hit... I think I'd rather Wasteland them and then Ringleader next turn off the Vial. I don't know. Does it increase the clock much? So if we hit a haste creature, we like double the clock. So this will be 3, 5. So they go to, so they're dead in 3 turns. If we attack with the Ringleader, they're dead in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're dead in 2 turns. So they are just dead next turn if we attack with the Ringleader. So we should probably just attack with the Ringleader, to be honest. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Pete. And you never know, if we hit a haste lord, we could be in good shape. So yeah, let's just get in with everything and try and kill them. They've had a pretty slow hand so far. Alright, that's pretty good. And we hit the squad. Well, now they have to kill it. Now they basically have to kill us next turn. Because the squad's going to destroy them otherwise. Unfortunately, we didn't hit a 3-drop. It's a little bit awkward, but never mind. But they are currently just dead on board, which is also good. So, that's fine. So you've got a few things in the sideboard. We've got 2 thorns, we've got a couple of relics and a needle, and we've got a cage. So we didn't, sorry, not the needle. So we've got the cage, relics, thorns, we've got a couple of surgicals. So we can basically take out all our creature removal and bring a load of those in, and probably like bring in like maybe 1 Plague Engineer, but that seems unlikely. So I guess we don't really need the Plague Engineer because we've got the Chainwhirler to deal with goblins. Yeah, Wastelanding wouldn't have done anything there anyway because they're on 4 lands now this turn, so they'll definitely have Quad Crusade. Okay. Yeah, Ringleader's like what +4 damage that turn, so definitely makes sense. So they just have to go for it here regardless. Like even if they can remove one of these, which I assume they can't, we've got the squad in hand. So, all right, interesting. Oh, they're cracking response. Oh, they're casting. Oh, okay, that's pretty sweet. Okay, this seems pretty good for us, I think. Yeah, so they got Pass and Flames. Can they go off? Can they? Is this guaranteed? Be nice if we could see the storm count. We might be dead. They've got the fact they got the tutor means we might be dead. It's just whether they can get up the storm count enough is the only thing I'm not sure about, because they don't actually have that much mana. They can't go for an ad nauseam kill, which is good. I guess they can get. Oh, they can just get an LED. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was going to say they can just tutor for an LED, and then crack. Oh, I guess they can cast a Preordain as well. That's true. Yeah. Okay, now we might just be dead. Oh no, they've already used the tutor though. Maybe we're okay. Maybe we're actually okay then. They've already cast the tutor to get the LED, so they have to cast an ad nauseam now. Basically, it's like all they've got left if they miss on the Preordain. So we might have them. Yeah, and I guess the other reason that we should definitely have attacked instead of wastelanding them is that it puts them under a huge amount of pressure for ad nauseam kills. So that was definitely the right thing to do. Alright, okay, so hopefully we should be okay here. Like, they've got so little life to work with. They've already played a land out, so hit a pedal, hit a therapy. They basically need to hit tutor, is like literally what they have to hit. And now they can't hit tutor because they would. So they can cast a petal, they can preordain for the tutor. Yeah, they just die if they hit tutor off the top of that. So okay, I think we're in good shape here. They literally need to hit tutor off this preordain. Then we are actually just dead. Which would be slightly unfortunate, but yeah, they need to hit tutor off this. Oh, which they might have done because they kept one. So we might just be dead. They managed to find the tutor, so that sucks, but oh no, they're going to cast a brainstorm. Maybe they hit another petal or oh, they might have hit ritual. That's not true. They might have hit ritual and then they could petal into the brainstorm to try and have more looks. Okay. Yeah, well they must have I reckon they hit or they hit another petal maybe. So they might have found it. This is going to be oh no, I guess the problem now is they've got a full hand, so they need a Lion's Eye Diamond to empty their hand before they can tutor. How do they do that? Okay, so they did find a ritual, which makes sense. I guess they can just try and cast. Oh, alright, that makes sense. So they're going to therapy themselves, and they're going to have tutor as the other card, and we are just dead. So, yeah, cool. Yeah, that was pretty clutch. Like they managed to see enough cards to find that, but unfortunately we didn't quite get there. Oh, do they still need mana, or have they just cast all it? Hang on, are we? Maybe we're okay. Do they have any left in the pool? They do not. Maybe we're okay then, because they've got 2 petals there. They've got nothing left in hand. Okay, no, never mind. Alright, I forget they don't actually have enough mana to do that. So, yeah, I'm still fine, yeah. I forgot they emptied their pool to cast the therapy. So that was pretty close, but the attack there was really important because it meant they couldn't get very much value off of the ad nauseam. Okay, so getting game 1's pretty nice. See if we can take another one. So... Cage is also very good. Relic is not amazing, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, choose tendrils cost 6. Oh, it does, you're right. Yeah, maybe I just misread the amount of mana way before that. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know if I want the surgicals, honestly. The Cratermakers are not amazing. The Munitions Experts are not amazing. It's probably fine to have like 1 surgical, I guess. Is Relic better than Surgical? Relic's probably better than Surgical, to be honest. I guess we kind of just want to load up with whatever we can fit in the deck. So we can cut the Trashmaster's actually fine, I think. because it's a big clock. So like if you hit Trashmaster off of a Goblin Lackey, it's quite a significant clock. So that's probably fine. Piledriver is also very good. Mogg War Marshal is also fine. We could probably cut a Ringleader and then bring in the other Surgical. That's probably fine. Sling-Gang is quite important because we could mess... If we don't take much damage before they try and combo off, we could potentially vial in a Sling-Gang and gain a bunch of life out of Tendrils range. Possibly anyway, but I think that's probably fine. That's still going to be a good number of creatures. The Cratermakers really don't do anything. That's still 26 creatures. I guess that means the Lackey hit. That means the Ringleader hits aren't going to be that good. So I almost kind of want to take out another Ringleader and bring the other Trashmaster in, just because it's a good clock. Munitions Experts aren't like to do anything. I guess Cratermaker might be fine. Yeah, I guess Cratermaker might just be fine. I guess we can just cut all the Ringleaders, honestly. They don't do anything. That's probably better, because we don't want to whiff on a Ringleader, and we just want to put pressure into play, so that's probably okay. Alright, we'll do this. I think that's fine. I think REB's definitely the worst disruption piece we've got, so this will make sense. I'm going to leave the Chainwhirler in. Everything else just kills them, so yeah, this seems fine, I think. It's not the quickest clock, but what we can do is cast an Earwig Squad in an well, we can cast an Earwig Squad on turn 4, so we can Surgical as one piece of disruption. The clock isn't amazing, but we've got a Cratermaker to make an LED potentially awkward if they sequence that poorly, and we also have a Matron to get an Earwig Squad, and we have a Surgical. So I don't think, whilst it's a bit slow, I don't think it gets much better than this. We'd like a Thorn. Thorn is basically the only thing I think we'd mull this for, because Relic isn't amazing necessarily. Cage is better. I think this is okay, honestly. This will build up in pressure, and we can get a squad. We can actually I'm talking rubbish. We can actually turn 3 squad, because we can go turn 1 Prospector, turn 2 Matron sacking the Prospector, and then turn 3 we will have the Matron to attack to trigger the squad. So there's actually a turn 3 squad, so we should be fine. This is on the draw, but I don't think it gets much better than this. So we'll give this a go. Turn 3 squad on the draw should be okay. We will have to think about it carefully. If there's any opportunities to get some value out of this surgical extraction to just slow them down a bit. If we can just buy ourselves a turn, we might be able to do this. So, ooh, is this going to be turn 1? If it's just a turn 1 kill, we could be in big trouble here. Actually, we might not be. This might be the way. Okay, never mind. That's pretty aggro. That's pretty aggro. I guess they're worried about therapy. That's fair enough. Could definitely see them being worried about therapy. Alright, well, let's play Cavern. Let's play Prospector. And yep, Goblin, go from there. So next turn we will cast the Matron off of the Prospector and the 2 lands, and then turn 3 we can attack with the Matron and get the Earwig Squad in. Oh, Chalice on 0, that's a good point as well. Yeah, Chalice on 0 is also a very good point. Okay, so I think this is okay. I think I'm just going to let this happen, and they can take whatever they want to take. They probably have to take the Matron, honestly. I guess this will tell us how quick their hand is and how we're going to die. Because if they've got a slow hand, they have to take the Matron. If they've got a fast hand, they can probably just take the Surgical and they'll be fine. They could also get the maths wrong and not realise we can cast this next turn. Okay, so they probably have a quick hand. We might just be dead now. We'll see. They might forget that we can just sack this to itself. Okay, that's not a bad draw, actually. So let's play this mountain out. Get in for 1. Every little bit helps here. Sack this to itself. Cast this bad boy. If they've got a way to get rid of the squad out of our hand, then so be it. There's nothing we can really do about that. This is our bed. This is our goblin bed that we're gonna make. So hopefully they don't have another Thoughtseize or a Therapy, and then we might be okay. And I won't auto yield because we could have drawn another Surgical. They don't know that. All right, Brainstorm, maybe to find a Thoughtseize or just to kill us. This is the turn though. They need to have something this turn. I could play a better deck. What are you talking about? What do you mean I could play a better deck? What deck would you suggest exactly, Crusading Tivadar, that I could play that would be better than this? Okay, second Brainstorm. Second Brainstorm without a shuffle. Oh no, we're cracking things. Okay. Oh, that's pretty clever. Alright. So we're just dead. No. What do they have? Tutor in hand? Oh, they got the Ad Nauseam. Yeah, sure, of course they do. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, alright. So let's see if we are dead. Eldrazi. I don't think Francis would say Eldrazi, so I don't think you're Francis. Whew, okay, this is a pretty good one. They've already hit 2 rituals, a petal. They've got 1 floating already. Yeah, I think we're deterministically dead possibly, but we'll let them get to putting the things on the stack, just for politeness sake. And it's good practice, right? Letting them do their combo. You never know. They might somehow whiff. Seems unlikely though. I guess the Tendrils in the yard makes this a little bit more difficult, actually, because they need red mana. So I guess we will see. But they can tutor for an LED though, can't they? So they'll probably tutor for an LED and do it that way. Yeah, so ritual a bunch. Oh, okay, they can't enter their hand though. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Maybe this isn't as deterministic as it looked. Got another ritual, yep. Play the petal. Oh no, they've got enough mana from this, right? They've got red there. Maybe I'm being silly. That's only 1 red. Oh no, I think it probably is deterministic then. No, they don't need to empty their hand. No, I think we're just dead. I think they're just dead. I forgot that I thought it was red to flashback Past and Flames, but it's just 1 red. So, although they haven't made red mana, maybe they got a second. Oh no, there we go. They were just paying the costs. Sure. All right. So we're just dead. We are dead. So. Alright, I'm just going to concede. Yeah, you can just fetch all rituals. Absolutely. Alright, well, we gave it a good shot there. Like, if we tried to surgical something in response, it wouldn't have made any difference. So... Like, when they Thoughtseized our hand, if we tried to... Like, there was... The only thing they had in the yard at that point was a cantrip, which wouldn't have done it, so... that was fine. Okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty good, actually. So we've got a turn... We don't have a turn 3 squad unless we draw a 1-drop for the Vial, but we do have a turn 2 Thorn. So as long as we can dodge turn 1 Thoughtseize out of them... we might be able to do this. This might slow them down enough where we can get the squad in. So this is another pretty good hand. It'd just be nice to have a creature to put into play on turn 1 or 2 from the Vial. So we will just get a Badlands and play this Vial. Yeah, I think you're right, Pete. Leaving the Cratermakers in definitely feels absolutely fine, to be honest. Oh, is this the Nutso Belcher hand? No, maybe they just have no lands. So this is like the Petal, Cantrip, almost turn 1, turn 2 kill hand, I guess. So this could be pretty good, actually. This Thorn could be pretty good if they don't kill us this turn. But this could be... This almost smells like a turn 1 win. Like, if your Storm opponent keeps 7 with Petal, Cantrip, that's... I don't know, that's usually like the walking the tightrope. I could just kill them, but I'm like 1 piece away, and this is going to be one that's worth keeping because of the upside is they just die. So we might not get to cast this Thorn of Amethyst. Let's see how this goes. If we get to cast the Thorn, though, we might be able to do this.
Let's see if it pays off for.
Alright, they found the land, which seems really bad for us. So now we're going to get Thoughtseize. They'll take the Thorn. I guess then at least we can cast like the Cratermaker, and then we can squad on turn 3, but we might not make it to turn 3. Alright, now they're going to ponder. Come on, can we get this? Can we get this Thorn down? If we can get the Thorn down, then we'll be in good shape. All right, sweet. Okay. Now we just need to draw a Lackey. Lackey would be like the nut draw here. Okay, Mountain's not exactly it, but that's fine. Right. So hopefully we should now be able to buy enough time for this squad to do something. So we're going to have to violin like a Cratermaker next turn, play the Piledriver, and then we can squad them. Okay, that's fine. So let's play this Vista. I guess I actually should have played the Vista instead of the Mountain the other turn because they didn't know about the Mountain. Oh no, they haven't Thoughtseize this. Never mind. Alright, let's play the... I guess I'll just play the Cratermaker just in case I forget. We'll play the Swamp, doesn't really matter. I guess it matters for Chainwhirler, but whatever. Let's just do this. Yep, resolves. The fun thing about this being the combo killer is that not only does it Jesters cap their win cons, it's also just a 5-3. So that's pretty good. I'm going to do a bunch of damage this turn as well, so that's also good. Going to hit them for 5 this turn. If we could hit like a another piece of disruption. Ooh, that was a very good draw. That was a pretty good draw. Okay, let's get in for a bunch of damage. Let's cast this squad. Weirdly enough, Crusading Tivadar, you are not going to be a mod. And then we can take Tendrils. Are we highlighting Tendrils? What are we doing here? No, sweet. Nice. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good win. All right, we're now 6-0 with Goblins, so that's pretty good. What's your olive branch? Alright, hopefully we're not lagging too much. We'll take something that's hanging around at the moment. Asking to be a mod is your olive branch. Okay, that makes almost no sense. So for those that have only just joined us, this is what we're playing. So this is a 5-0 list, which I've been tinkering with. So we're not playing any Rishadan Ports. That's like the main difference. Other than that, we haven't got a Sling-Gang Lieutenant in the main. We've got 4 experts, and in the sideboard we've cut the 2 Pyrokinesis because we've got a bunch of removal in the Domain deck already, and we have got a couple of Red Blasts to the side, which actually were really good yesterday. So quite a few of the very good Goblins players have been playing this for a while. The Red Blast, that is, and I've never really tried it, but it did feel pretty good. Peace offering rejected. Maybe it's just Callum. Actually, you might just be Callum. I'm sure most of the fun is watching me try and work out who it is. Although he doesn't normally have that much time during the day, so who knows. But yeah, this list has felt pretty good. So nice to get off to a winning start again. I don't know what's going on at the moment. I don't know how I don't know how we keep winning matches of Magic. Slightly perplexed by that, but happy to see it continue. Maybe it's because I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing a bit more. That might help. Hard to say for sure, though. Hard to say for sure. So tomorrow the plan is hopefully to play some more Rhinos. That's hopefully what we're going to do tomorrow. It's not a good sign that you're surprised to win matches. Depends how much of this stream you've watched before. I'm currently 11-0 in matches, and that's I've never ever got a back-to-back 5-0. So I don't know. I do normally only play on stream though, which I guess makes a big difference. But yeah, who knows? Normally we just go 3-2-2-3 here. That's kind of how we roll. So this newfound winning is something that we're trying to adjust to. But yeah, tomorrow we'll try and play. Tomorrow if we get a chance to stream, I'm not sure yet. I will try and play Shardless Rhinos. And Thursday will be the return of Bog Boys, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a good time. We haven't played that for a good while. But that is a hoot and a half. And then we might even be able to squeak in a stream on Friday. We'll see how things go. Although if I stream on Friday, it'll be an evening stream. So yeah, if you haven't already hit the follow button, it's worth doing if you want to watch someone play Legacy when no one else is playing Legacy, I guess. If you're at all interested in watching Shardless Rhinos, Bog Boys, etc., then definitely recommend sticking around. Oh, and if you want to watch the Shardless Rhinos from last week, which was extremely fun, which got a 5-0 with, that's on YouTube, so that's definitely worth doing. Does Goblins have problems with the Obelisk Spider? I don't know what Obelisk... I honestly don't know what Obelisk Spider is. But possibly. Good, okay. Obelisk Spider is secret tech, okay. From Tividar's lab. Well, we'll see. If I run into it, we will find out. If I run into Obelisk Spider in a league, then we'll find out. Alright, so we're on the draw this time. See if we can keep the win streak going. What does that even mean? That the Cavalry of the Crusade? What does that even mean? Right, so they kept the speculative 7 maybe. They took a long time to choose that. Maybe they were just getting a drink. This is, again, pretty slow. It starts at 3. We've only got 2 lands. We don't have a black source, so we'll mull this. Alright, and there we go. We got turn 1 Lackey off of a Cavern. So this is basically where we want to be. We don't have a Vial, which is Vial's definitely the best 1-drop, but we'll take this. And we can bottom this because you just want lands. We've already got stuff to put in with the Lackey, so I think that's fine, to be honest. We want to draw a Vial or a land if at all possible. Why couldn't Goblins organise a piss up at a bar? What does that even mean? Surely Goblins would be very good at that, and are very good at that. I don't understand how that. I don't understand where the evidence for that particular statement is. Okay, so Death and Taxes is going to be a tough one for sure. Certainly having no Vial and 2 non-basics to begin with. And I imagine that this poor Lackey is going to get swords, is going to be farming, going to be ploughing some fields very soon. Maybe not. Okay, if there's no plough and no creature here, then we could be okay. Alright, there's a Thalia. So now we really need to draw a red or black source this turn. If we do that, we should be home and dry. If we don't, come on, give us a coloured source. God damn it. I guess I'll take that. Have you ever seen a goblin at a bar? I don't know. Probably. I think I'm going to wasteland their wasteland to protect our cavern because we kind of need coloured mana, and we'll play the Aether Vial out. Like when you've got this few resources, wastelandings are amazing, but I don't really want to get my cavern wastelanded when I don't. Oh no, I can't do that, can I? Because I got the Thalia. Okay, well. I think we just need to cast the Vial then, and they'll just have to wasteland the cavern. They might not wasteland the cavern, honestly, because they might need the mana too, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, Vial costs 2, yeah. Yeah, we got there. We got there. See, this is why we're surprised that we are winning matches. But on the plus side, we can build up the vial to kill the Thyler with the expert. So we should still be okay. If they don't do anything egregious this turn, we might be alright. For instance, if they don't have another land drop, then we should definitely be okay. Maybe this is why they were thinking about keeping. Alright. Okay, well that's fine then. Sweet. That was a good draw. Let's play the mountain out. And then we can we'll just put the Krenko into play, I imagine. Because next turn we can play Chieftain off of the Vial and really start going to town. I mean, even if they have a plough here, I guess they can't have a plough because they don't have enough mana, but they basically need to deal with Krenko this turn, so... Yeah, I almost did that. I almost wastelanded before trying to cast the Vial. That would have been very much my style. That would have been very much my style. No, they got Mother of Runes. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, that literally doesn't matter. I mean, this will probably end up trading for the Goblin Lackey, I imagine. Oh no, it can't trade for the Goblin Lackey. I'm being silly. Because it's going to be a 2/2, so... Unless they've got a plough in hand, we should be all good here. And even if they don't, I mean, I don't know what, realistically, they're going to be able to do about this. It's pretty good. It's pretty good activation, I would say. Are they actually just dead? They might even almost be just dead. Not quite. Sweet. Okay, the winning streak limps on. Crawls on. Let's see if we can get another one. Okay, so Trashmaster can come in. So this is going to be... Hopefully we draw a Plague Engineer. This is going to be a really... This is like for this matchup, partly, so that'll be good. Needle is also very good. So it's basically all we need to bring in. Sideboard-wise against this deck... So Piledriver is terrible because they've got Thalias, which have first strike, so it's pretty miserable. And they don't have anything that's blue that we want to swing through. And then we could cut... Probably cut the Warchief, to be honest. Oh, and we can cut the Earwig Squad. That's probably fine, I think. Ringleader's good because it helps us grind in the long game. Chainwhirler's obviously amazing. Chieftain's good because it helps brawl a little bit better with what's on board. But we don't want too many Chieftain effects, I imagine. And everything else seems absolutely fine. So yeah, I think this is good. I think I'm inclined to keep this, actually. I think I'm inclined to keep this. So, we've got Basic Mountain, Basic Swamp, and we've got a Plague Engineer. So this might be okay. And if they play a Mystic... Sorry, pardon me. If they play a Mystic, we've got a Needle for the equipment that they get, and we've got a couple of Matrons as well. So I think this is fine. It's a little bit slow. So if they have a really aggressive start, we could be in trouble. But I think this is okay, to be honest. Like, Vial's really important. Lackey's not as good in this matchup, but I don't think it's worth mulling this to Vial just when we've already got some really key tools in the matchup. So this seems absolutely fine. Okay, they have a Vial of their own. I mean, it's almost tempting to needle their Vial since they have a port. I wonder if that's just fine to do that. Like, we wanna try and be able to keep up with this. We can wasteland their port potentially. Yeah, you would. I don't know whether to trust anything you say though. Not joking. Okay, good. Yeah, I think needling the vial is probably fine, to be honest. We've not got anything else to do. They're going to port us next turn anyway. So I think we will do that. Good. Yay, we're all in agreement. That's good. Like, Aether Vial is way more annoying out of them than it is out of our deck, I think, because Flicker Wisp is particularly obnoxious. And they have way less ways to deal with the needle once it's in play. So this seems fine. Okay, so they're going to play a Mystic. That's okay. Yep, that's not a problem. They can't activate this yet, which is also good. GT, yep. So we can just get a we can get something with the Matron to deal with that, which is fine. You're feeling happier because I Needle Flicker Wisp. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. As in the Flicker Wisp can take the needle. Yes, what you mean. Right. There's our own vial, which is good. I guess we'll just play the Bloodstained Mire and pass then. I don't really want to waste that because I'd like to play this Plague Engineer. Because the Plague Engineer also stops GT. I guess I will be able to do this because they can't port us if they're going to put the GT into play. So this should be fine. Oh, put Violin in case they Flicker Wisp. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, maybe. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'll do that another turn. I didn't think about that, as you can clearly see. Alright, so they don't have the white source for the Mystic then, and they are just going to port us. So we can play the Vial this turn then. It's okay, we're not going to get punished. Oh no, are we going to get punished? Gee, they're just going to hard cast that. Fair enough. Alright, this is fine though. This is absolutely fine. God damn it. I suppose I could play the Vial and Wasteland their Cavern. That seems pretty greedy though. I could play both Vials and Wasteland the Cavern instead of playing the Plague Engineer. No, because they just draw a land and then attack and equip. I think I just have to play Plague Engineer on core and pass the turn. That's probably just the best thing to do. But then they can just play more creatures though. Maybe I just need to play Matron and get... maybe I play Matron this turn and get a way to kill the GT. That's probably better than playing the Plague Engineer out. So I can just go play the Badlands, play the Matron, and then just get a Cratermaker is probably just better, honestly. Yeah, I think that's probably better. So if we were a smart player, we'd have a Violent play as well, but we're dumb, so we do not. I'm going to play the Wasteland out because I'd rather keep the red source. And I'm not really going to be wastelanding them because we don't have a Vial. But we'll get a Cratermaker because this means that if they wasteland or port us, we've got another land we can just play out to activate this. Whereas if we get a Trashmaster, they can just port us off of the Trashmaster mana. Yeah, so they get a hit in, it really doesn't matter. Like, if this is all they're doing, then we're in a good spot here. And actually, if this is all they're doing, then I would be more tempted to wasteland them next turn, because then we can take them off their coloured source. So let's just see what happens. If they don't play a land this turn, I think I'll probably wasteland them. The Vial was pretty good, though. Okay, this seems like it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so let's play the Badlands. Play the Cratermaker. Kill the GT. Wasteland the Cavern of Souls and... Yep, that's fine. Wasteland the Cavern of Souls and... Crack on. And then we've got a Prospector as well. So they draw... I mean, if they draw Wasteland of the Rain, I can't imagine they're going to Wasteland us. They need their mana. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. You'd waste them off the port? Yeah, that also makes sense. Maybe I should have wasted them off the port. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess they don't really have many 1-drops that they're gonna... Oh, because they can't cast any... They can't cast humans, can they? Yeah, I forget that's on core. Maybe I should have wasted... Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we'll waste down them this turn. That's fine. So let's play this. Get... I don't even know what we need to get this turn, really. We could just get... We're gonna get some value. I guess we can get... I guess we can just get a Ringleader. Because we can cast it off the Prospector at some point, maybe. Yeah, you're right. I forget the Cavern was on core. I guess we could just get a Piledriver as well. Oh no, we could get a Munitions Expert. That just kills their thing. Or a Lord. Just get a Chieftain. Yeah, I could just get a Chieftain. That's probably just fine. And then we can... That closes the clock pretty... That closes the door pretty quickly as well. Could just get a Chieftain. Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely want to get something we can cast next turn. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just get a Chieftain. I think that's absolutely fine. And then this way they can't block our dude either, so this seems fine. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Alright. That's fair enough. It's a pretty good one. Let's play this. Get in for a bunch. And then next turn we can get in with both of these as well, which seems really sweet, so that's really good. So if we can whiff on them not drawing any more white sources for a little while, we should be okay. Alright, looking promising. I have to discard Sanctum Prelate, yeah, that's fine. Okay, Hort. Let's play this mountain. Cast the Prospector. The fact we got the Plague Engineer as well in hand still is pretty good here. I guess I'll play this. It doesn't really matter. I'll play this off of the Badlands. Get in for a bunch. Now we can play the Vials that won't matter. Well, we can see why they tank so long over their opening hand, to be fair. So taking 8. So they've got... So even if they chump, it isn't going to change the clock, I don't think. There's actually no point to them chumping. Yeah. Unfortunately, we haven't got anything we can put in there, which is a shame. But we will just cast these. Who knows? Who knows, honestly? It's a good question. It is a very good question. Maybe they want to put Prelate on 6 for Pyrokinesis, but that seems really bad. I don't know. I don't know why Prelate's still in their deck. It's a good question. Okay, nice. Alright, okay. Alright, the goblins grind onwards. Nice. That's pretty sweet. Let's see if we can get another one. Oh. Hope everyone else is having a good Tuesday. I'll tell you what, it's pretty humid over here in the United Kingdom today. It's pretty uncomfortably humid. Alright, so on the draw of this game. Alright, keep this. We've got a... This is the Lackey hand, so hopefully we can draw a Munitions Expert to remove something the following turn. Like, Lackey on the draw is not very exciting, but I think this is fine, honestly. If it's a combo deck, then the Lackey's going to be fantastic. If it's a fair deck, we've got a bunch of mana, and we might be able to get there. So, I think this is okay. They mold to 6 as well, so it's more likely we can get in with a Lackey. Right. Blue is possibly good for us. If they play a Delver, then it's probably not. Preordain. Oh, okay. No, could still be blue or Delver. Could still be blue or Delver. Since they're playing 12 cantrips for Arcanist. We're not going to get Daze. Well, I guess I'm not going to Daze this at the moment anyway. But okay, drawing that land was not what we wanted. Let's play a Cavern. They put 2 gods on top as well, so there's no point wastelanding them. Let's just cast this Lackey. Yeah, they put both on top. They put both on top, so... I assume this is going to be an Arcanist, I imagine. I imagine this is going to be a Dreadhorde. Oh no, we're playing against Rug. Rug with Preordain. Oh, rough. Yeah, this is the reason why Lackey's not so good. So we'll probably board out Lackey game 2 here, honestly. That's super brutal. Preordain, huh? Maybe this isn't Rug Delver. Maybe this is like Rug Rhinos or something. Yeah, I agree. If they bottom both, I would have considered Wastelanding as well. For sure. I mean, it turns out Wastelanding actually might have been a good line because they have the Ren and 6 that would have slowed them down a bit, but who knows. I guess it actually wouldn't have made much difference. So we'll play this Mire and pass the turn. So drawing the second Wasteland there is not particularly good. So we're in a really rough spot here. This is definitely a big problem for Goblins. Yes, I wonder if this is actually not Rug Delver, but if it might be the Rug Arcanist deck instead. Because, oh, now we're in big trouble. Alright, so we're never going to have more than 2 lands a turn, quite possibly now then. Which is pretty bad, because we've only got a bunch of non-lands in hand. I guess we can Wasteland them, though, because... Yeah, that might be okay, actually, now. We've got nothing else going on. I guess I can just cast the Mogg War Marshal. If I Wasteland them, then they have to get one of them coloured sources back. But they could have just drawn one in hand, I suppose. I suppose what we'll do is just play a Wasteland out and then cast the Mogg War Marshal off of that. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. They could just still be Rogue, that is true. Alright, let's just play a Wasteland and play the Mogg War Marshal, and we'll just get a Mountain here. This at least means that they need to do something next turn to try and keep the Ren and 6 around. And I'm going to play the Wasteland out because they do Wasteland us, which seems unlikely at this point. I don't want to get wasted off of coloured sources. These are really valuable, considering they've got this plus Wasteland. So they can just shoot the token, and then they go. This goes to 1 next turn if they have no blockers. Okay, they're just going to keep Wastelanding us, alright. So they are playing the Dreadhorde deck, yeah, okay. So I'm pretty sure this is similar to what we played the other week, which is the Rug Rhinos. So I think at this point we're basically dead. We need to draw Munitions Expert this turn. Really, we did not. I think we might pack it in here. I guess we can keep going for a little bit longer. We're just going to get Wastelanded every turn though. Now they've got this in play with these. We didn't draw Dreadhorde Arcanist this turn. I could Wasteland them this turn, I suppose. Could just do that. That might be fine. And then we've got like another turn to draw a Dreadhorde we've got another turn to draw a Munitions Expert. We'll try that. We'll try this. I'm not sure if this is exactly right, but we'll give it a go. So we'll waste them off their Volcanic. And we will pass the turn. Like, just playing a Badlands here, like, just doesn't do anything. And we really need to save that for... So yeah, now they can't get a Wasteland back because they need their mana. So they're just going to sit back, protect the Ren and 6. So if we draw a Munitions Expert, okay, that's a pretty good draw. I don't think we're going to get dazed because I think this is not Delver. So we're just going to cast the Vial. I don't want to get these wasted. If it gets... So it might get countered another way, I suppose, but is this going to get counterspelled? It is actually going to get dazed. Okay, fair enough. I did not think they'd be playing dazed, but it doesn't... I don't think it matters. I think we're just dead anyway, so... I'd rather not get the Badlands Wastelanded, honestly. But maybe that was just wrong. Maybe the Aether Vial is too valuable because that's like the only way we got back into the game. So maybe that was silly, actually, considering we got the second Badlands. Yeah, maybe that was just silly. I probably should have just played around days. That was like the old stream logic, not the new stream logic. All right, we'll play the Piledriver and pass the turn, but. This one's definitely... I've been basically... Yeah, okay, super punished. Alright, I think we'll just pack it in. Yeah, to be honest, turn 2 Ren and 6 on the play versus the Goblin Lackey deck is always looking unlikely. And that hand we did keep off the strength of Lackey plus big guys, so not massively surprised. Alright, so we want Pyroblast, we want Relics, these should be very good in this matchup. I don't know if we want Plague Engineers, to be honest. We can put Plague Engineer, I mean if they're playing Blood Moon, yeah, Blood Moon I guess is a possibility as well. Oh yeah, we want to board out Lackey in this matchup, I think. I don't think Lackey is going to be very good here at all. Like, they've got Dreadhorde Arcanist, they've got Ren and 6, which they can just stonewall this with. Even if we get like one hit in, it seems unlikely. Lackey is never good. hard disagree there, but you're welcome to your opinion. Yeah, Blood Moon might be okay, to be honest. Just play Eldrazi Mimic. I don't know if I do want Blood Moon, though. I guess that just does turn off what they're doing, potentially. Guess that's probably fine. They are playing. They're unlikely to be playing basics. If they're on if they're playing days, they're unlikely to be playing basics, I think. I just don't know if we need it though. Blood Moon at least gives you outs to win a match. So we can cut the Earwig Squad, we can cut the Trashmaster. I guess we could do that. Yeah, they are probably just on Delver. They are probably just on Delver, and they're just trying like a new Rug version with the Arcanist in, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't think I want if they're playing Delver. I really don't know that I want to bring a Blood Moon. If they're playing Delver, then I think I'll just bring in these because we want to kill True Name. This is probably just a better hedge because even if they're playing Rhinos, they might be playing Goyce as well. So we'll just do this. I think this is fine. If they're playing Delver, then the Plague Engineers are way better. And I don't think we need anything else. I think that's fine. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. That'd be an interesting build to try, actually. Okay, we can't keep this. We cannot keep this. Alright, this is where it all goes to pot a bit, but we will keep this one and hope they don't have the Force of the Vial. If they got Force of the Vial, we're going to be in big trouble. No jokes, we won't. We got a second Vial. Okay, that's fine then. I think this hand is okay. We might just get Force then Dazed though. Going to 6, going to 5 even seems like a losing play. So alright, they've got the Force. Please don't daze me, bro. Please don't daze me next turn. Or wasteland me. Just let the second Vial resolve. Come on, you can do it. Okay, Preordain. Please don't daze me. Please don't daze me. Come on. They went 1 card top, 1 card bottom. That's worrying. Just let this one resolve. You know, you just want to let this one resolve. They've probably just got like... I guess they wouldn't have... oh, we're going to get dazed. We're going to get dazed. No! Nice! I was going to say, if they had Ancient Grudge in hand, they probably wouldn't have forced it. So hopefully we won't get grudged, unless they just draw the grudge. But now I feel a lot better. So if we can play a Relic now, if we can play a Relic this turn, that would be really good. Yeah, you would bottom daze versus Cavern. That is true. That is true. Oh, that is very true. So REB's not at its best against Rug. It's basically just for True Name and occasionally rebbing a cantrip in a tight spot, or potentially getting rid of a Delver. It's like just more Delver removal as well, which is always good. But it's mainly for True Name. Problem is we've got a really slow hand anyway here. So okay, so we'll play the Wasteland out. I kind of want to Wasteland them here just because... what did they do last turn? They did not shuffle. I don't know. I kind of want to Wasteland them because I don't want to get True Named. And at the moment we have no way of dealing with that. I will play out this Relic, which is going to be good against everything else they're doing. Let's just do this so we don't forget. I guess I could keep the Relic open, but that doesn't really do anything at the moment. I don't know. What do we think? Wastelanding them is like super aggressive because we don't have anything to do, but Waste Vault to stop Grudge. Yes, that is true. It also stops Grudge. That's a good point. Yeah. I think the only thing we can really do here is hope to ride the Vial to victory and waste them. Because if we get... Like, this stops Dreadhorde Arcanist coming down. It stops True Name for a turn at least. So I think that's fine. That's like all we've really got going on. If we could draw a mountain, if we could draw a basic mountain, that'd be pretty good. If this is a Ren and 6, then this is going to be pretty bad for us. It is. That's really bad for us. But there's nothing we can do about that at the moment. At least Pashalik Mons is pretty good against Ren and 6. So, and to be fair, Sling-Gang also is. So super regret wastelanding them now. But that is what it is, unfortunately. Yeah, wastelanding seems pretty horrific now. So, what the problem now as well is that since they return the fetch land to their hand, they can just get back like the volcanic island that's in the yard or something. Like, we can't really turn off the Ren and 6 engine now because they just never have to play out the one that's already in their hand. Yeah, exactly. So this doesn't do anything. I'm not going to bother popping this because it doesn't do anything at the moment. I guess we kind of want to draw a land to hit something, to hit like a creature or something, but hit our own lands. But I don't think that's enough of a upside at the moment. I guess, like, what are we really playing? What are we really holding this for at this point? But maybe I should just aggressively have cracked this, but we'll see. We will see. If we could draw a mountain this turn, that'd be good. Okay, we didn't. We drew a Munitions Expert. That's like literally a turn too slow. If we had that last turn, that'd be so good for this, but never mind. So I imagine this is going to flip this turn, which is going to be pretty rough, but the Pashalik Mons being in play is good. Alright, we'll crack the Relic this turn, I think. Super regret wastelanding, and I think I regret not cracking this last turn in response to their uptick. Honestly, I think that was wrong, looking back. Yeah, so that flipped to a Daze, which is pretty rough. Here comes a True Name, I assume. I guess there's no reason to assume that. They've probably only got 2, but still. If you get True Name 2, we're basically just dead, though. Alright, we'll crack this now, just because we want to draw a card. At least it stops them getting some value, but they've already got fetch lands in hand anyway, so it really doesn't do much. But we're missing land drop, so I should have done this last turn, honestly. Is what I should have done. This will probably just get bolted anyway, but at least we can do some damage to the Ren and 6. We will Piledriver this turn though, which will be good, because that means we can get some damage in on the Ren and 6 with haste, which will be nice. So we will take this up to 4 because we've got a bunch of 4-drops in hand. Oh man. Right, let's do this. So they might... Okay, if they got a removal in hand, I would have thought they would do it before we put something into play maybe, but let's play the Ringleader. And this is not at its best, as you can imagine, because we don't have any lands to put anything else into play, but it at least means that we're getting some haste damage in on the Ren and 6, so... It's entirely possible we should have just held the Wasteland, to be honest. We should have just... I think I should just be more disciplined. Because then we would have been able to like play the Piledriver, etc. We just would have been in a much better spot. This turn, I think I will play the Sling-Gang though, because then we're going to have the Sling-Gang Pashalik Mons combo, which would be pretty nice. Oh wow, now we're just dead. We're actually just dead at this point.
Dumpster!
I regret everything. Oh dear. Now I regret not having this in play. That was a fantastic draw. Okay, so now we're going to reb the absolute crap out of this Delver. I guess I could also... oh no, I can Munitions Expert it, can't I? I don't need to reb it. I can just Munitions Expert it. So let's do that. Let's go... let's get a mountain. We do not need to reb it. It's okay. We're in a better... We're actually not in the worst spot in the world now that we drew that. The fact we drew a basic mountain finally is very good for us. So let's do this. They need 2 removal spells, and even they actually just can't stop the Delver from dying this turn. So the Delver is definitely dead. Oh wow, that's actually it. That's all they had going on. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. All right, so they just have lands in hand. I can only assume because we get to kill the Delver and then attack the Wren. Okay, nice. We managed to somehow do that. I don't even know. I have absolutely no idea. So I'll definitely take that though. Yes, that's good. That was a sweet one. Squeak that out. Okay, I think we'll run it back. I don't think I really want to make any changes. I don't want more 4-drops in my deck. I do not want Blood Moons, I don't think. That just seems bad. Lackey definitely still seems bad. I think everything else is fine. I don't really want to change it up, to be honest. Yeah, I think that's okay. And I don't really want to bring in the Cage versus Dreadhorde Arcanist since we're bringing in the relics anyway, so I think this is fine. There is an argument you could bring in Thorn, but that also just seems not that good, so we'll run it back. Alright, let's see if we can get the... Let's see if we can claw our way back here and get the 3-0. That'd be nice. That felt pretty cheeky, if I'm honest. Oof. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so they snap kept. This is pretty medium. We do have a basic mountain, which is nice, and we do have a red blast, but we can't pressure Ren and 6 for a good little while. But we can just go like turn 1 mountain, turn 2 reb a Delver through days, turn 3 matron, turn 4 play a Munitions Expert to kill something potentially. So I guess this could do stuff. This could do stuff. It's super slow though, and we've only got 1 basic land. So, like, versus Ren and 6 plus Wasteland, this is pretty miserable. We kind of need to have a Vial, but they did snap keep. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this, because I think snap keep smells to me like they've got a way to answer Vial, and either that or they've got a Ren and 6. But I don't know. I think we'll give this a go. I think we'll give this a go. The fact we've got the Reb, I think, makes this keepable. Yeah, they should only have 2 Ren and 6 exactly, but I just sort of feel like they might have a Force or a Vial or something in hand. So if we can kind of punish a draw like that, that'd be good. I mean, obviously they might not, but I don't know. I think we'll give this a go. We can lead on basic mountain, which is nice. They put 1 top, 1 bottom with their Preordain. That was quite a good draw, actually. Honestly. So next turn we'll play out the Sunbaked Canyon over the Badlands, because I'd like to keep the black mana. Oh man, okay, that's pretty interesting. I might reb this. Maybe they kept the Brainstorm on top. I might reb this, because then, I guess if they daze, they get another land. They get to play something else, though. What do we reckon? Is this rebbable? They kept 1 top, 1 bottom with Preordain. They've cast a Brainstorm here. I guess it's not necessarily rebbable, because they probably just got a land in hand they're going to play after this. There's no reason why this doesn't mean they've got no lands. Maybe rebbing this is pretty loose. It does give us something to do with our mana, though. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give this. This is gonna be an experimental reb. Let's see what happens. See if we can mess them up a little bit. All right. They do have the days, so if we could draw a 2-drop, that'd be good now, or a Vial. I mean, it gets the days out of their hand, which I think is fine. This sets them back on tempo, which is nice. So I don't know. It means we're spending our mana this turn, which is also fine. It does mean if they play a Delver that we then can't kill it. Okay, right, that worked out nicely. So I wonder if this is a Brainstorm locked opponent at this point, which would be pretty nice. Oh, that was a really good draw. Okay, nice. So now we can play this, get a basic Swamp, and then next turn we can go Sunbaked Canyon, play Matron, quite possibly. Yeah, Brainstorm is definitely the most attractive one to counter, I agree. Okay, they found the... Okay, fine. So it wasn't what we thought. They do actually have the fetch land. So this might be a Ren and 6. If this is a Ren and 6, then we're going to be Warchiefing in. Of course, why wouldn't it be? Why would it not be a Ren and 6? Well, now I feel better about rebbing when we did because they haven't presented any other targets, and this is pretty annoying. So that's okay. And setting them back on tempo, honestly, I think was fine. So we've basically caught up a turn. Okay, nice. So let's get. Oh, we could just get dazed again, but there's not a lot we can do about that really. So I think we will. I guess we could just play the Badlands though. I guess we want to try and minimize taking chip damage. So let's get a swamp, play the Badlands, and attack him with the Warchief. We definitely want to cast the Warchief. If it gets dazed, it gets dazed. But if it doesn't get dazed, it means next turn if they do Wasteland us, we can cast 3 drops, which is nice. 4 drops even. So we will play the Badlands, I think, because if we can draw a card off the slate, that'd be good. Like, there's no reason to not play the Badlands here. So please, can this resolve? Please, just let it resolve. Don't daze it. Don't force it. Nice. So that's good for us. This being kept under pressure is super important. And now it means that next turn we can go a bit... Oh, sweet. Next turn we can go a bit nuts, potentially, because we've got the Krenko. So, yeah. Alright. Alright. You've got your Wasteland Ren in play. Good for you. We get to go... We can cast Sling-Gang next turn, actually, though, which would be pretty hot. Maybe Krenko's just a better target. Don't bolt me. God damn it. No! Okay, that's pretty rough. So now we really need cost reducers. A Relic would be pretty good here too. They already returned the Wasteland there, which is kind of rough. Jeez. Right, how do we do this? I think I might just play Mogg War Marshal and pass here. Mogg War Marshal and pass. Like, this pressures the Ren and 6 quite nicely. I don't want to get this Wastelanded at the moment. I guess I could also Matron. I guess I could also cast Matron and get a Munitions Expert, and then next turn play the Mogg War Marshal. But I think I'd rather get bodies on the board in case we naturally draw one, since we've got 4 on the deck. I think I like going Mogg no land here, because I don't want them to be able to Wasteland me, and yeah, that might be fine. Like, going wide here seems like a good place to be. The fact they had the Chain Lightning for the Chieftain is super rough. But like, if I cast Matron, I guess I'm going to get a Munitions Expert, but then they can just kill the Matron with the Ren and 6. Like, I don't think Matron does very much here because we just don't have the mana to utilize it. So I think I'm just going to go Mogg War Marshal pass and go from there. If it gets dazed, it gets dazed. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth playing a Sunbaked Canyon into a daze for the sake of that. I really don't think that's worth it. I don't know. Maybe that's just wrong, but like, they're going to daze something at some point anyway, and I'd rather not get Wastelanded here. And this also now means that because they had to daze, them playing out, like playing the Wasteland this turn, like they have to go back a mana as well. So I don't know. I think this is okay. Get baked, nice. Okay, so they shuffled away their Tropical Island, I assume, then, so they could fetch it back. So this probably smells like more removal. Okay, Piledriver's a good draw. So I think I'm just going to do the same thing again, honestly. They've cast 2 dazes now, so whatever. So let's just cast the Piledriver and go from there. They're probably just going to bolt this, but that's fine. Still, I don't think it's worth playing out a wastable land at the moment whilst we've got 2 drops. So this is going to get bolted. Yep, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I think this is an okay game plan at the moment. Drawing like a Chieftain or something would be fantastic. Drawing a Munitions Expert would be fantastic. Okay, so these are both pretty horrific draws. So now we are kind of priced into this. So this is definitely going to flip, so Munitions Expert won't kill it. So we now just have to hope that we can draw lands off the top, because they're going to have the Wasteland in hand with the Ren and 6. I doubt they've shuffled the Wasteland away. Yeah, drawing runner 4-drop off the top there is less appealing. So yeah, we have no choice. We just have to cast this now. What we get, I have no idea. To be perfectly honest, we might just have to get Mogg War Marshal. Honestly, I guess we could also get Cratermaker. Because that definitely kills the Delver if we draw another land. Like over 2 turns, that kills the Delver. If they're playing Arcanist, it seems unlikely that they're playing Stifle. So we probably don't have to worry about that. Munitions Expert is like the safe get, but it also doesn't do anything. Because they'll just kill the Matron next turn with the Ren and 6. So I think the best thing to get is probably just Cratermaker, honestly. Because this means over 2 turns. If they don't, it means you have to dodge removal for a turn, but I don't know. I think it's better than nothing. And now we just have to hope. We literally just want to draw lands from this point onwards. And if we don't get the Munitions Expert, it means they're less likely to ping this. They might just keep getting lands back for value. And then if this stays on the board, we can potentially get into a spot where we can Munitions Expert them as like a surprise one. I mean, they might not even attack, I guess. Because this is kind of their game plan now. They can just get the Ren and 6 to 7 and then just bolt us to death. We've just been on the back foot, really, with our mana base here. It is also possible that I should have just mulled this hand to try and find a Vial or something, but we're literally just mulling to Vial. I think the keep was okay. We've just been a bit unlucky, really, with how we've drawn. Yeah, so the Dreadhorde Arcanist is basically good game at this point, I think. That was a very good draw, though. That was, in fact, a very good draw. So Ren and 6 is going to go to 7 next turn. So we can attack the Matron into the Arcanist. And I think we don't want to trade the Matron for the Arcanist. I think I'm going to kill the Delver with the Cratermaker. I think that's the best thing to do. I think we just need to kill the Delver. The Dreadhorde Arcanist is pretty annoying. Yeah, okay, so we'll play the Cratermaker out. The fact we've got the Sling-Gangs means we might be able to get back into this if we draw another land. Okay, so this is fine. So we're going to pass a turn. They then need to decide how they're going to attack. Because we can block the Dreadhorde Arcanist with both of them. And we can... I don't think they're going to have Stifle in the deck if they're playing Dreadhorde Arcanist. So I don't think we have to worry about being stifled. Like, stifling a Cratermaker is pretty bad. As in for us. That's like, that sucks. We do need to deal with this Ren and 6 though, which currently... Yeah, okay, fine. That's pretty good. So let's kill this... insect elaboration, I suppose. Maybe we were just supposed to Matron for Munitions Expert there, to be honest. To try and take some points off the Ren and 6. What can we do here? I don't think we can honestly do a lot. I think we basically need to just draw Munitions Expert this turn. And that's pretty much it. Or we could draw a Haste Lord. Because they're just going to ultimate Ren and 6 them, we're basically just dead. I suppose it'd be good if they went... They kind of want to get to 8 though, rather than 7. Hard to say. Do I kill the Delver though, is kind of what I'm getting at. Do I kill the Delver now, or do I wait? I probably have to kill the Delver now, because I don't think it makes much difference either way around. Let's just kill this, I think. Get this off the board. And then if we draw a Haste Lord, we should be able to do some damage to this. I suppose they probably end up with a Bolt, but they probably got removal in hand. Okay, that was a pretty bad draw. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to fight through this. So Matron can get a Munitions Expert, but that's kind of moot at this point. I guess Plague Engine... I mean, the problem with Plague Engineer is it just dies to Bolt in the Yard. So that seems pretty bad. think I just have to play Matron and try and get something. And see if I can like overload what they've got going on a bit, but I don't know. I think we're basically just dead. Like, we're not going to be able to beat Emblem plus Dreadhorde, I don't think. And playing the Engineer out literally does nothing. Because they can just kill the Engineer with Retraced Bolt. So we'll cast this, see what we can find. Which, to be honest, probably just has to be... I don't think there's any point getting a Munitions Expert. We could get a Chieftain, I suppose. I think I'm just going to get a Chieftain. Look, we're not going to be able to kill the Dreadhorde. This is get a Chieftain. I think it's kind of moot. I think we're basically just dead. So it's entirely possible that this is just a waste of time worrying about it too much. I will have to watch this one back and see if I have completely chucked this in the garbage or if we were just... I mean, it feels like we're on the back foot quite heavily. This game, to be honest. Now they have to decide whether they want to tick this up or whether they want to just emblem it this turn. I imagine you just want to emblem it this turn. You don't want to get greedy. Play a Delver. That's pretty good. No, they are going to tick it up, right? So that's kind of punishment. That's kind of punished for not getting the Munitions Expert there. But if we'd gotten the Munitions Expert, I imagine they would have just ultimated this anyway because they knew it was there. So I don't think it makes any difference. Now we could play Plague Engineer on Human, though, I suppose, which is pretty good. And then we can attack the Ren for 1, possibly? They know we've got the Chieftain, though, so I don't think this is going to work. Like, they must just have removal in hand. They must just have removal in hand, because they knew we got this, and they attacked with this. So, I don't know. We'll play this, but I think we're just dead at this point. Like, I don't think this does anything. This is the one they're not expecting. I guess they just have a daze away. I think we're just going to pack it in. I don't think we can fight through this.
Wow. Ranked.
Yeah, the Dreadhorde Arcanist is definitely a tough one to fight through. Like, Dreadhorde Arcanist plus Ren and 6. Like, in Blue-Red, Dreadhorde Arcanist is one of the worst cards to see for Goblins, because it stonewalls so many things and gets a lot of value and can attack pretty easily into our board. And then out of Rug, Ren and 6 is also pretty much one of the worst things you can see, because it just eats our board and mitigates the mana denial strategy with our Wastelands, and also pressures our mana base, which is not massively rock solid. So having both of these together is pretty hard to fight, honestly. So yeah, that was a pretty rough one. Well, first loss in a little while, which is fair enough, so that's okay. Alright, let's play another one. Yeah, I'll have to watch that one back. It's pretty tough combo for Goblins to fight through, I think. To be fair. So I think we boarded okay against that. The Plague Engineer is not amazing, potentially. That's one to consider changing, I suppose. But it's kind of essential. Like it's. I think against that specific build where it's Arcanist plus Ren, it's not as good. But I mean, if they don't have removal in the yard, then it's pretty hard to attack into the Plague Engineer, to be honest. So, don't know. It's kind of a tough one. Alright, we will play first. That's good. Alright, so we're back to the classic, the pretty rough Goblin's hand. So I think we'll mull this. It's pretty slow curve, and we can't cast a Munitions Expert, so I think we'll get rid of this one. I think we'll ship this, try and find a vial. Okay, this is like infinitely better. Now we just need to draw something to put. Oh, we can put that on the bottom. We'll put this on the bottom, and we'll also crack the mire this turn as well. Maybe try and get. I guess we shouldn't do that. I guess we should just play the mountain. I just kind of don't want to have the shuffle bug. I really don't want to draw the Bloodstained Mire next turn. I wonder if 2 shuffles might do it, but you never know. We might want to fetch a Badlands at some point. So please don't shuffle bug me, Magic Online. Alright, Flooded Strand is a good matchup, so potentially good matchup, if it is what it looks like, that is. If we draw... So we want to draw something to put into play off this Lackey, would be really nice. I wonder what this is. No? Okay, Tropical Island is potentially buff. So they're going to stifle the trigger? Alright, okay. That doesn't matter. Interesting line there, I think. Now that we know it's Rug and it's Stifle Rug, I'm super inclined to literally just crack this now and play this Lackey out, to be honest. And if they bolt the Lackey, they bolt the Lackey. I guess we could just take our time a bit more. We don't need double black, so I'm going to crack this now because I do not want to get stifled on my land. That's an interesting choice, though, to stifle that. What does that even mean? That means they have a 2-drop to like Stonewall a Lackey or something? But that wouldn't even do it in... I guess that would do it in time. No, that wouldn't make any difference because they could Stonewall a Lackey either way. So that means they have no creatures they want to trade in hand, maybe? I think I'm going to play the Lackey this turn. I don't want to get it dazed, although it's unlikely to be dazed. Let's just do this. If it gets forced, that's also really good for us. So I'm going to do this, I think. Since we would be doing this, the fact this resolved is fine. So this is no different to us putting it in off the vial. So it's not, if they have removal, they have removal. If they don't have removal, then fine. This is going to be a Goyf, is it? That's going to be a Tarmogoyf, okay. That Stifle just seems super loose, honestly. Because if we put a Lackey in, we'd have to put Lackey in on turn 2 with this. So we'd be putting it in on their end step, and they're playing the Goyf anyway. So that I don't understand that personally. Like that is very much a 0 for 1, which doesn't seem that great. So let's play a Swab. Let's play a War Marshal. I mean, it sets us back a turn, I suppose. I guess like tempo-wise, it's pretty good for them, but I don't know. Doesn't seem that effective. Like we can just play a longer game here. So, and we've got our mana base set up pretty nicely too. So that's pretty good. Okay, so now we have to decide: are we going to suicide some things to put the squad into play? Maybe. It'd be nice to get rid of any Ren and 6 and or True Names from the deck. If we get True, so we might squad them this turn and just trade the Lackey for squad. Because I really don't want to get True Named or Ren and 6 this game. The squad eats a bolt, which makes it not that good, but I think taking out some Haymakers... I mean, the problem is if they've already got them in hand, that doesn't do anything. Right, that was a pretty good draw, actually. That was actually a very good draw. We can kill the Goyf, which is pretty nice. So, actually, that's not true. No, it is true. So they need to cast a sorcery, which they can't cast. So they can only cast an instant. There's already a creature in the bin. They can't. I doubt they can kill the Aether Vial. So if we attack with all 3, we can Munitions Expert the Goyf. They would have taken a point of damage from blocking, so it would be at 3 toughness. And then this would be doing 4 damage, so if they bolt something, they're still taking 3. So they need 2 removal spells, or another thing in the yard, which is not an instant or a creature or a land, which I don't see how they can do that. So I think the attack's going to be pretty good here. So let's do this. They're going to block the Lackey. We get to kill their Goyf, which is super nice. They're going to Brainstorm. Okay, Brainstorm resolves. I don't think they can pump this. So if this deals them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they'd need to kill something and pump it. Yeah, they're going to block here, that's fine. So the Earwig Squad might get forced all days, which would be pretty annoying, but let's try and cast this anyway. Oh, I should have done that before. Oh, I've punted this. I've actually punted this. Of course I have. So I should have done this before they took damage. I should have put this into play before they took damage, because then they would have taken 4. So that's pretty annoying. And now we're not going to be able to kill the Goblin. Wow, I've completely shoved this in the garbage can. That's so bad. That is so bad. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez, I've shoved this deep in the garbage can. No. So now they're going to have removal for one of these goblins, and this isn't going to do anything. So good games. Oh, this is so bad. This has all gone wrong. No. Oh, please, can this just be fine? Alright, good. They didn't have the removal. Okay, alright. Alright, we squeaked it out. That was super loose. That was super loose. Yeah, I meant to do that when they were in blocks, not when we went to after damage, because then we would have been able to play around removal there. So that was super loose. But we got the Goyf off the table. That's fine. The squad getting dazed is less ideal, but it is what it is. And if we can draw a land for this Trashmaster, that'd be good. So True Name here would be pretty bad for us, but we can race it with the Trashmaster potentially. Yeah, so here comes a True Name, good stuff. So we can race this, is basically all we can do. But we can race it pretty well with the Sling-Gang, so we've got quite a few live draws here. I think I'm going to waste them off of green here, because we can Vial in the Trashmaster next turn. We're not attacking this turn anyway, so I think I don't want to get this dazed, really. And they've also got Stifle, so I think I'm going to take them off greens. They can't play a Goyf, they can't play a Ren and 6, and they can't play a Mongoose without fetching first. So I think this is okay. It puts them on Threshold, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But we can currently race this with what we've got going on, so I think that's an okay wasteland there. They could also stifle the Vial activation, but I don't know. I still think they'd be in a better spot if they hadn't stifled our Vial. I don't know that it's made a whole lot of difference, but maybe I'm just too dumb. Alright, that's pretty rough. Yeah, so that punished us pretty massively for that, but that's okay. We can block it with one of the other things. That's okay. So if the Delver flips, that's pretty bad for us. So I could stifle it now, I guess. That might be fine, but I don't know. Okay, that was a really good draw. So let's pass the turn. And then we can kill the Delver. And then next turn we're going to be able to get in for a ton of damage. And we'll do this, we'll see if it flips, and then we can decide what we're going to do. Okay, it did flip. Right, it flipped to Ponder. So they can draw the Ponder if they wish, that's fine. Okay, and in response to the Ponder, we'll cast this Munitions Expert and see what happens. So we can cast this for a daze. They have to force with whatever they've got in hand now. But we can kill the Delver, which is good. So they've got a Brainstorm too? Jeez. Oh, they've got a Spell Snare. Wow, okay. That's pretty rough. Dumpster! So having this Mongoose back on defense is going to be pretty bad for us. But like, imagine if they still had that Stifle in hand. They could just stifle a Munitions Expert trigger. I don't know, stifling the Vial on turn 1 just seems weird. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to take 6. So now we're in big trouble. There's not a lot we can do about that. So this might get bolted. They haven't cast the bolt yet, right? Not yet. So one of these is... I mean, they might just be holding the bolt as reach, because we'll just be dead next turn to a bolt. Almost. This is always going to be no now. Okay, so... we have to cast this. This will probably get... this could get dazed again. They've only cast 1 daze, so there could be a daze or a force in hand. Probably a daze, which is going to be pretty annoying. No, that's pretty good for us. So now we're okay, because we can get a Sling-Gang. And then we can race them pretty happily, I think. There's nothing else worth putting in. I guess we could get a Ringleader, but that doesn't really help. I think we want to get a Sling-Gang here, honestly. And start attacking in for damage. I think that's probably our best shot to victory at this point. And I'm going to just attack in for full here, to be honest. So removal on the Sling-Gang is definitely a possibility as well. They could just bolt the Trashmaster. I'm not going to attack with the Trashmaster because I'd like to trade that for a Mongoose if they're going to present that. So now I'll activate this. They might stifle this. That's fine. I guess they could stifle that trigger too. I don't know. There's just so many better targets for stifle than the first one they used. And then we can sacrifice this guy to ping them a damage. Nice. Okay, and now we are out of bolt range. We can block the Mongoose. So Sling-Gang is like, one of the reasons Sling-Gang's so good in this deck is just because it helps you race against true names. So, yeah, giving you a lot more ball control is just amazing in these kind of matchups. Like, whereas previously, if we didn't have access to a card like this where we can gain life, and like the draining's good, but the gaining life is also really important in this matchup because it just means true name's not as bad as it was. Yep, that's fine. So now they just have to attack with this, which is pretty good for us. So you know, the true name just like can't attack now, which is kind of nuts. So we need to draw something good here. Okay, second Mongoose is pretty bad for us. We really need, like, a Chieftain would be good. Pashalik Mons would be kind of the nuts, honestly. That was a pretty rancid draw. Now we can't really attack. Right, well I think we just have to pass. And make them think we've got something. But we need to draw some hot ones off the top soon. We will sack a guy before this deals damage this turn, so we don't get bolted out. I guess we have to sacrifice 2 guys. I guess there's no need to do this, actually. This is just silly. I don't need to do this at the moment, because if they've got double bolt, we can just do it in response to bolts. So maybe that was needless. Alright, second. Okay, I think we're just not going to be able to win this now. They've just hit exactly what they need to hit every turn, and we have just drawn not a lot. That was probably loose as well. Alright, okay. I think we're just dead at this point then. Play this, pass a turn. I'm not going to preemptively sack anything now. And that was just wrong anyway, to be honest. Yeah. that's fine. Not worried about that. So they got a Stifle in hand then, which doesn't really matter. I guess they can now Stifle a Ringleader or something. I don't think there's any point them doing that, really. Alright, we'll play this Wasteland out and pass the turn. And I guess we'll Wasteland their Tropical Island. I don't know. There's not a lot we can really do. I guess I'll just Wasteland one of their Volks. This is more just to get the Stifle out of their hand, which apparently they don't have, so okay. Attack with everything? They should be attacking with the True Name because then we'd be dead. They can attack with the True Name this turn. That is fine for them to do. I don't understand why they're not attacking with the True Name Nemesis this turn. That seems a little weird. So we could just draw like a Munitions Expert or a Sling-Gang here. I don't know. Just why do you no? Why do you have to keep drawing lands? Oh dear. Well, I guess we'll just play the Cavern out on Goblin, but seems unlikely this is behind on clock. I don't know. Like if they're not going to kill us, I kind of just want to you never know. You never know what you can draw. If we hit like a Ringleader, you never know. We could just kill them from 10. Like if we hit a Pashalik Mons, if we had draws to win this, I think they. I don't know. I don't understand why they're not attacking with the True Name at all. Yeah, that really doesn't matter. Alright, okay, they attacked with the True Name, finally. We'd just be dead last turn, but whatever that was about, I have no idea. Because we'd have to sack our entire board to not lose to that, but anywho. Yeah, Rug can be a tough matchup, for sure. The relics are going to be much better in this particular matchup than the last one. The last Rug matchup was worse for us than this one is. So that's okay. And we'll also take the Pyroblast for True Name. So what did we do last time? We cut the... What did we cut? We cut the Lackeys, I think. Yeah, I still think cutting the Lackeys in this matchup is probably just fine. And we might have cut a... Oh, we cut the Squad. And I think we cut the Warchief too. Oh no, Trashmaster, that was it. This is what we did. I think I'm happy enough with this, honestly. Even against this build of Rug, I think that's okay. Give this a go. Okay, with it play. So we'll try and catch up on clock a little bit here. Okay, this is fine. So we can go turn 1 Vial. We've got a bunch of basic lands. We've got a Cavern of Souls as well, which is nice. So we can go Mountain, Basic, Swamp. And whilst we've got a slow hand, we do have a potential just to kill them quite quickly here. So put a card on top. I'm actually going to Prismatic Vista now because I do not want to get that stifled. So we're going to go Prismatic Vista for a Swamp, play the Vial, and then next time we can play a Mountain. But I do not want to get my Prismatic Vista stifled. So if you can play around Stifle against Rug, you absolutely should. And if this gets forced, that's honestly just fine for us, I think, because that puts them down to 4 cards in hand. They've already mulled to 6. That would be fine. So as things stand, that's okay. So they could well have like an Ancient Grudge or something to deal with this, but that's okay. So let's just go from here. So that's a Delver. That's fine. So something to kill the Delver would be nice. Munitions Expert would be a very good draw here because you could cast it off of a Cavern. Okay, Ringleader's not really what we wanted, but that will come in handy later. So that's okay. That's okay. So next time we can cast probably the Warchief. Watch this just blind flip. Whew, it did not. That's good for us. Second Delver, okay. Alright, okay, so Wasteland would not be the worst draw, I suppose. Although it seems kind of aggressive now, they've got 2 Delvers. Chainwhirler would be a good one to find at some point. Like, if we drew a Matron this turn, I think I'd Matron for a Chainwhirler for next turn. Maybe that's too... I don't know, that's kind of a tough one, actually. So, we can Matron for something next turn. So both, if the thing is, so both the Delvers flip, we're going to be under a huge amount of pressure. If the Delvers don't flip, we can kill them with a Chainwhirler, but that's like super hedging it. So I think we're better off just playing something like the Warchief. So if we play the Warchief, next turn we can play Chieftain off of the Vial and then cast the... Maybe we should go Chieftain. So if we go Chieftain this turn, next turn we can, because they could be holding, the problem is they're probably holding a Wasteland in hand, which is going to be super rough for us. So we could go Chieftain this turn, get in for 2 damage. Next turn we can put the Warchief in off of the Vial and cast the Krenko, which will have haste and will only cost 3. If they Wasteland us, we can instead cast the Matron off of the Warchief. So it should work out either way around. Is there any reason to play the Matron this turn instead of the Chieftain? Or what's the downside? So let's go Goblin. So if they remove this, it's kind of annoying, but it doesn't... I guess we really want to have this for the... Okay, I think this is the right sequencing, because this means that if they've got a Bolt for the Matron, we can definitely cast the Krenko next turn. And if they Wasteland us, we can still do stuff without mana, so it's all fine. I think this is all fine. So let's just get in for 2. If these don't flip, then it doesn't matter if we hold this... Like, we don't want to hold this back to block, because if they don't flip, it doesn't matter. And if they do flip, we can't block them. So there's literally no point worrying about whether we need to block or anything. Oh, sorry, just knocking my microphone a little bit there. Okay, so please don't blind flip. They could brainstorm now though to flip both of them. Okay, so they did literally just blind flip, which is obviously the case. So we're going to be up against it here. These are like those really annoying Delver hands where they keep like a super speculative 1-lander with double Delver and then just flip them and kill you. But let's see if they've got the Wasteland in hand at least. Like, they obviously don't have red mana for the Bolt, which is at least something. So they're just going to try and race us, but we can outrace them with the Krenko. So if they don't have a Wasteland, we're in good shape. They do have the Wasteland, obviously. So now we need to draw a land. So we were right in that they were holding that as their other land. What would be super nice now then is if we could draw another land for this Krenko, and then we should easily be able to race this. So please can we draw a land? Please can we draw a land? God damn it. That's not what we wanted. So now we want to just Matron. So let's play this Warchief. So the problem now is if they draw a red source for the Warchief, we're in big trouble. This is going to get dazed, I guess. Brainstorm into a daze. Could get force as well, I suppose. If this gets countered, we're in trouble as well, really. I don't think they're going to daze it, though. They are going to daze it. Okay, alright. We are not in a good spot, though. Actually, we might still just be fine, in all honesty. Let's think about this. They take 5 this turn, they get a 13. Next turn, we can tick the Vial up to 4 for this Krenko. Then they take 2, 4, then they take 9. Problem is we're dead the following turn, so we need to kill them next turn or find a way to kill one of these Delvers. So we're going to be at 6, so we actually have to kill them this turn. So we need to find a 2-drop basically. The Mongoose is super bad for us here. Now we need to just find a way. Now maybe I need to go Ringleader actually to try and find a way to kill one of these Delvers. Oh jeez. There's a Sunbaked Canyon. Okay, can we kill them this turn? We might be able to kill them this turn now that we've drawn the land. We might be able to kill them this turn. So we can put the Krenko in. We can cast the Chieftain, but that could get countered. If it gets countered, we're just dead anyway. So let's say we put the Chieftain into play. That means we make 4 goblins, which are all going to be 3/3s, and they can only block one thing. I think we can do it. I think we can do this. But it relies on the if this gets countered, we're dead. If it doesn't get countered, then we win. So we just need to go balls to the wall here. Okay, sweet. So now I think we've got this for sure. I forgot that was undercosted. So we should have this now because we can Krenko them out. Like, they can't block enough guys here. Pretty 100% sure of that. Let's not click through combat. But we should be able to take this to a game 3. Sweet. Okay, that was a nice win. That's the power of Krenko, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat. So we'll keep this with the same sideboard. I don't think we've gone 0-2 though, which is nice. It's been like, you know, Rug is always close. It's always a dicey one. They almost got us there, which would have been a pretty tough one to lose. But let's see if we can get him in the 3rd game. That'd be nice. But Rug's always a sweet matchup. Rug versus Goblins is like one for the ages. Been going on for a long time. It's always a fun time. So if they don't have Arcanist and Ren in 6, then it's a little bit nicer. But yeah, nice. And I think Plague Engineer is fine against Rug. I think it really is, because it kills Goyf, it kills True Name, which is really annoying, and it also kills Mongoose. Like, it blocks Mongoose and Goyf, so Plague Engineer really does seem fine, because like the big green creatures are traditionally the hardest things for this deck to deal with, especially Goyf. Okay, this is fine. This is just fine. We've got a bunch of lands. We can Vial. We can Vial and put things into play. We've got a Cratermaker to kill a Delver. We have a Sling-Gang to catch back up. So, okay, they've multi 5 as well. So this, if we can resolve this Vial and draw threats, if we just resolve the Vial and draw threats, I feel like we should be in a good spot here. If they're holding Stifle, then they're going to be in for a bad time, because we've got a bunch of caverns. Okay, the 4th cavern is not really what I wanted to draw there, but never mind. I mean, if they got a daze, they might have to daze this, I don't know, but that sets them a long way back. Green. Green? No, they are going to daze it. Alright. I mean, that honestly doesn't matter. I think this is really absolutely fine for us, because now they're pretty far back, and then we get to cast the Cratermaker off of a cavern next turn, and as long as we draw more goblins and no more caverns, no more lands, then we should be good. So they've got 2 lands in hand. They've got, 1 land in hand. If we could draw not Cratermaker this turn, that'd be good, because I don't really want to cast this. I'm not going to cast this turn if... Oh, maybe we just have to curve out here. I think I just have to take my lumps and just cast this. The problem is, if Cratermaker gets bolted, we're in trouble. But I think we just need to curve out here, to be honest. So Bolt plus Wasteland would be pretty bad for us. Because it removes our threat, removes our removal, and means we can't cast the Matron next turn. But it is what it is, really. We just have to hope that they just stumble a bit. Bolt plus Waste would be rough here. So we're going to hope they don't have Wasteland. Good, that's good for us. If this is a Goyf, that's pretty rough for us, though. We can't kill the Goyf with the Cratermaker either. So Ren in 6 doesn't matter, but Goyf would be pretty annoying. Okay, Ponder's fine. And then next turn we can play a Matron. Now we need to think what to get with the Matron. Honestly, probably just a Munitions Expert. I guess we get a Ringleader too. Maybe we just get Ringleader. It's hard to know, really. It is hard to know. We kind of have to expect a Wasteland at some point as well, I think. So we maybe don't want to get 4 drops. We might want to just get a 3 drop. We could just get we could get a Chainwhirler, which could kill a Goose and a Delver potentially. Let's get in for 2. Second Matron's a really good draw, actually. Let's get in for 2, and we can have a think about what we want to get. I think Warchief has some merit to it, honestly. Or maybe we just get Munitions Expert. Maybe that's just like a good hedge. Yeah, maybe we do just get Munitions Expert here. We've got another Matron. to get a Ringleader. So we can take our time with that. And we kind of just need ways to kill Planeswalkers and stuff. True Name would be super annoying, but we do have the Sling-Gang. Maybe we don't get munitions. I guess we can get munitions with the Matron if we need to get munitions for sure. This is kind of tough, honestly. So the annoying thing would be if they go next turn Wasteland you, play Ren and 6, get the Wasteland back. Maybe we just want to try and put them under the gun and just try and go aggro. So maybe Chieftain's fine. Maybe Ringleader is fine. Like Ren and 6 plus Wasteland is the only thing we're really worried about there. I don't want to time out. Maybe Munitions Expert's just safe. You get Pashalik Mons as well. That's also possibly a decent one. That speeds up the combo clock potentially. That's like not a bad one to consider, and it also means we can grind a bit if we get some more. If they don't Wasteland us. Maybe Pashalik Mons is just like a fine choice because we've got the Sling-Gang. It doesn't increase the clock much though, and we kind of just want to kill them since they mull to 5. And the Pashalik Mons means we can kill Delvers, so... Dunno, that's probably just loose. This is definitely a tough decision. We could just get a Warchief, but I kind of want to be able to attack through a Mongoose. Let's just get a Munitions Expert for now. Let's just get a Munitions Expert for now. I think that's a decent hedge. I know we've got a Cratermaker already, but we kind of just want to keep the ball clear if we can. The problem is against Goose, that doesn't really work, but we can kill a Goyf pretty soon. Like next time we're going to cast a Sling-Gang, then we can just kill a Goyf. We can save the other Matron for something else. I think getting like more removal is just fine, really. If this is a True Name, then I'm going to regret not getting Pashalik Mons, I guess. Alright, so they've got like nothing going on at the moment. They must have a Stifle in hand at least, but they would have stifled the Matron really, so I don't know. Maybe they don't realise I can do that. Okay, the Wasteland's not bad there. So let's get in for a bunch. I'm going to Wasteland them off of their red mana, I think. Maybe I should just wasteland them off of green. That's going to get stifled though, so maybe I shouldn't do that. I think I'm just going to play this Sling Lieutenant. But then they could just stifle that. That's not a particularly appealing stifle target though. I think I'm just going to play the Sling-Gang. I don't think it matters too much. I'm not worried about exposing the Cratermaker at the moment. And I think I would rather... I don't know, I think this is fine. I think I want to play my 4-drop while I can play my 4-drop. This mitigates against annoying stuff. And it's a pretty mediocre stifle target, to be honest, because this thing itself is what's kind of annoying. So this is just increasing the pressure. Now we've got a Munitions Expert that can kill a Goyf, unless they stifle it. And we also have a Matron to get something else good next turn. So I don't know, I think this is alright. We're trying to be a bit conservative here, but maybe we just should have been trying to kill them more quickly. I don't know, it's hard to say. The problem with getting like a Piledriver though is that we really need something hasty to do that. So maybe we should have gone like Matron, get like a Warchief, then Piledriver. I don't know. I think this is fine. So they're going to bolt that. That's really not the end of the world. We can just sacrifice itself. Yeah, it's fine. So their hand sucks big time at the moment. They might even just have like red and 6 in hand. That was a good draw, actually. So let's get... Now I think we're just going to get a Ringleader, honestly. But I think what we'll do is cast the Relic... I think we'll try... Right, we're going to Wasteland them first. Try and get the Stifle out of their hand. And then we will cast a Matron. Because I don't want to get the Ringleader stifled. I want them to just... So if they brainstorm here, that's fine. So I want to get the Stifle out of the hand if they've got one in the hand. So they probably go Brainstorm, shuffle away, then crack this fetch, stifle this, I assume? No? Okay, that's really good for us. So now we can cast a Matron, get a Ringleader, and hopefully they don't have a stifle for the Ringleader. And I don't guess we don't need to do it pre-combat, but whatever. And then we can cast a relic and start relicking them, which would be really good. So I feel like we're in a good spot. We're not going to cast a relic this turn because I don't want to get. I do not want to get dazed. So actually, I should have cast this before wastelanding, but never mind. Right, this is fine. Put them under pressure. Let's just try not to time out. We're in a good spot this time, so we should be okay. If they cast like Goyf or Goose, then we can just like, so say if they're going to try and cast a Goose here, then we're in a good spot because we can relic. So they need a force of will to deal with that, and even then they're just dead pretty much. So actually, if they cast Goose, they'd have to block a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're almost dead to just what we've got in hand. Delver does not matter. They know we've got the Munitions Expert. Which is fine. So we're not gonna like worry about this at all at the moment. So let's cast this Ringleader. That was not a bad draw. See what we hit. So they might stifle the Ringleader here, which honestly isn't the end of the world, because they're almost dead. I don't know what they can really do at this point. Okay, that was good. So just hitting 2 things is fine. So let's get in. Oh crap! I should have played a land first, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. So they have to block. They have to chump, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can bolt something. That's fine. So they can bolt the Cratermaker. They're going to bolt the Ringleader. Yeah, that seems like the wrong one to bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then they are going to trade with the. That's fine. And then we'll just play Cavern and we'll play a Prospector, honestly. Okay, nice. Alright, we should be all good now. We should be all good. I've probably not done this optimally. It's kind of hard to know what to choose to get when your opponent's not presenting anything, really. I'm trying to get things to hedge and also play around Wasteland, etc. So I think we should be in good shape here. Nice. Alright, that was a sweet win. Okay, let's play the last one. Thanks everyone that's been hanging around. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. See if we can get the 4-1, that would be nice. Oh. Whew, I tell you what, it's very, very warm in the UK today. Super humid. Humidity is not the best. Hopefully everyone is having a good Tuesday. So tomorrow I'm hoping to be back with... so this is the last match of the stream. Tomorrow I'm hoping to be back with Shardless Rug Rhinos again. That deck was really fun. We got 5-0 with that last week on Thursday. So check that out on YouTube if you've not watched that. It's a good one. And then Thursday we're going to play some Bog Boys, if all goes well. So it's going to be a slightly different build, utilising some new cards and with a bit of a tweak, which should be fun. So definitely, if you want to see that, stick around then. But yeah, hopefully this has been a decent. This has been a pretty decent league. So thanks so much for the follow, Whiskey Hughes. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Thanks for checking out the stream. Yeah, we'd love to play first. Let's see if we can get this last one. That'd be nice. Okay, well this is the sort of hand where we can get the last one because we've got a Vial on 1, and we've got an aggressive hand as well. That's good. So we're going to go basic, and we've actually got the basic swamp, which is really nice. Certainly, having the basic swamp in the deck, you often think, oh, is the basic swamp going to end up being really bad for us? But actually, it's been really good. And drawing the basic swamp in your opener has been absolutely fine. I don't think I've ever been punished by that, so very happy with that. Right, a little bit laggy, so hopefully it sorts itself out. Okay, sweet, that resolved. That's good for us. So hopefully this is something that we can just dumpster. Get this out of the way. We've had some sweet matches though, like the rug matches are pretty good. Okay, Faith is looting, so Reanimator, this is going to be super rough. And we do not have a Sting Scourger for game 1. So what we really need is a Wasteland off the top here, is what we really, really, really need. Please, can we get a Wasteland off the top? Please. Could we get a Wasteland off the top? God damn it. Well, in that case, we will just cast this pretty sad-looking Piledriver and pass the turn. And we're going to have to hope to try and cheese this in the post-war games. But this is not looking good for our hero, folks.
What am I going to do?
So, very likely to see a Gristle Daddy in play here very soon. Gonna get Thoughtseize, so probably take, I don't know what they take, probably the Chieftain, but they could take the Pashalik Mons. They'll probably take the Chieftain because this is more aggressive on the crackback, but it really doesn't actually matter what they take here. So I assume they're going to reanimate the Gristlebrand. I guess they could go Ritual, Exhume or something as well, but yeah, they're going to take the Chieftain. I think that makes the most sense. The Pashalik Mons are super slow. Dark Ritual into maybe even like Therapy or something for the Mons, and Exhume, Animate Dead. Yeah. So I assume they must have maybe like an Entomb or a Thoughtseize or something. Or I guess they're just going to draw a bunch of cards because they've got a mana floating. Yeah, that also makes sense. And did they put something else in the bin? They did not. This is going to... Okay, cast another looting. Makes sense. So now we could get Reanimate on like an Iona or something. Chancellor. Okay, so we're going to get Chancellor as well. Cavern, at least Cavern and Pashalik Mons kind of answer that. Sorry, Cavern and Vial kind of answer that. So unlikely that we're going to be able to win this one. I think that's fair to say. I assume there's going to be a Reanimate or something on a Chancellor here. This is obviously, as you can imagine, a pretty miserable matchup for the poor old boys. Oh, there's a Grave Titan in the yard. Okay, that plays. Yeah, so we can't beat Grave Titan. But we just cannot beat Grave Titan unless you've already got 6 goblins in play and then draw a Munitions Expert. But let's take a draw, take a draw step, and go to the next game. Whew. Okay, super glad we got the one against Rug in the last round, so that we can at least have the 3 wins on the board. But yeah, this this is less good for us, I'm afraid. So okay, Thorn is like medium but okay. Surgical's medium is like really good. Sorry. Grafdigger's Cage is really good. Relic is pretty medium, but again, it's like okay. Pithing Needle is pretty medium. I don't think it's better than much else of what we've got going on in here. Chainwhirler sucks. Krenko probably sucks. Trashmaster definitely sucks. Munitions Expert we can leave like 1 in the deck, just so we could maybe kill a Grave Titan if things get a bit funny. We could even kill a Gristlebrand depending upon what happens. We need to be aggressive, so we want like 2 more cuts. So we could definitely cut probably just 2 Ringleaders, I think. Like the Krenko can get us a quick surprising win. The Sling-Gang is actually kind of important because it means we can attack into a Gristlebrand and sack the Goblin that's being blocked by the Gristlebrand. And it also enables a combo kill with Pashalik Mons potentially. Krenko like can just kill them. 2 Ringleaders is fine. Matron finds our tools. Chieftain and Warchief enable a quick kill, as does War Marshal and all the rest of the stuff. So I think the rest of this is fine. I think these are the worst cards in the deck, honestly. So I think we'll just give this a go. But it's highly unlikely. This is one of the worst matchups. But we will try our best.
Let's see if it pays off for him.
Okay, I mean this is not great, but it's got a relic in it, so I think we're just going to hope that they have a slow hand and when the relic gets there. There's like nothing else we can do, so we'll just do this. I mean, the problem as well with relic is they can play around this really easily. So looking like we're going to end up with the 3-2 here, I think, but I don't think there's no point mulling this. We've got one of our points of interaction that we can't mull to 2 Surgicals, we can't mull to a Grafdigger's Cage. Like, so there's like 3 things we could maybe mull to that might be better, but yeah, I think this is okay. So we'll go for... I think we'll just play Cavern on Goblin and play this Relic. I think that's fine. I don't want to crack the Prismatic Vista yet, in case we want to get something different later, but we'll play the Relic and pass a turn. That's fine. Like, we haven't got any other 1-drops anyway, so... And at least it's out, so they're probably just going to reanimate on the first turn, really, is what I imagine happens. There's nothing we can do about this. This is the worst graveyard hate we've got. So they're going to Entomb, then they're going to cast Reanimate. and that's going to be the end of the game. Whew. Yeah, here comes like ritual into something. The turn 1 reanimation is like so miserable. Yeah. You got to make sure you click the right one, opponent. Don't misclick. Okay, they found the line. They didn't exile their Gristlebrand. And now we're pretty dead so unless they somehow whiff, which seems highly unlikely, and they just get to draw another 7 next turn anyway. Like, we got nothing else going on here, so this is not the graveyard hate you want to draw really, but it's all we've got at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, Shenanigans is pretty good. What else have they been? They also been another Gristlebrand. And another Gristlebrand. Fine. Alright. Like, is there realistically a way we can kill this? I don't think so, but we may as well just see how it goes. Yes. I have considered it. So we did. The thing is, I had to think about it the other day, because we had Tormod's Crypt. The reason I put the 2 relics in was basically just for rug, because there's so much rug around. I think we'll just concede this. I don't think there's any way we can possibly win this, to be honest. I guess we'll just play the Stronghold and pass. But yeah, so yeah, Pete. So I have thought about it, but this matchup's so bad anyway. Like, all I've done is cut 1 Tormod's Crypt for 2 and then added 2 relics. So we've gone from having 2 surgical, 1 cage, 1 Tormod's Crypt to having 2 surgical, 1 cage, 2 relic. So it's not as good as it was before, but it's a little bit more numerous. Like, I just don't think it makes any difference really. Like, the matchup's so bad. I'd rather have the 2 relics for rug than worry about trying to have a better matchup, better sideboard. Like, the sideboard's basically not changed, to be honest. So yeah. So they don't have any instant speed reanimation, so we do not need to do anything at the moment. Okay, go nuts. Pick whatever you want. We're not doing anything. Like, this literally does do nothing. All we can do is exile this Elish Norn. But yeah, I don't know. I have thought about Spellbomb instead of the Tormod's Crypt though. But I think Crypt is just going to be better. I don't think the card draw matters. And I'd rather go turn 1, play Vial and play Crypt than have to play a Spellbomb instead of a Vial, because the pressure's so important. So I assume they're going to just shoot this. Yeah, that's fine. So unfortunately this is not going to get exiled, but that is what it is. This card is so good. Ooh, Archetype of Endurance. That stops Sting Scourger, basically, is all it does. Alright. I think we'll just call it there. I don't think there's any point playing through this anymore. We just can't beat the Gristlebrand. We don't have a Sting Scourger. If we had a Sting Scourger still, we'd be okay, but I normally... So this is the first deck list that I've played without a Sting Scourger, just because I'm trying to be a bit greedier with the amount of Delver running around. But we managed to get the 3-2 still, which was nice. So this is just the sort of matchup where we get punished. And to be honest, even if you have a Sting Scourger, like, once the Gristlebrand is in play, they draw so many cards, it like doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't achieve anything anyway, so that's fine. So would I make any changes to this list after that league? Not sure at the moment, to be honest. I think the main thing is finding out if the Plague Engineers are really worth it, and if you want 2, and also with the Red and Pyroblasts. I think that's basically it. I think I do like Plague Engineer. I think I'm happy with that. It would have been very good in many spots. We did have one spot where it was a bit awkward, but on the whole I think it was good. The REBs I think were fine, but these are more for control matchups than Delver anyway. You do bring them in against Delver because they just kill Delvers and get true name countered. but against control they're so good. I think I'm pretty happy with this at the moment, to be honest. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. So we'll go to the 3-2 screen, but it's nice to get back-to-back caching caching the league for once, which is good. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. It says we're still dropping a couple of frames, but not entirely sure what the issue is there. It might just be my internet connection. But anyway, so tomorrow we'll try and play some Rug Rhinos if we get a chance. That's not 100% confirmed, but that's the idea. And Thursday we'll play some Bog Boys, and Friday maybe I'll do an evening stream, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, take it easy, and I will catch you next time.